Hi, this is Dr. Scott, and today we're going to get into the DOGE conversation. We're going to talk about birth certificate fraud and SBA loans. Wait till you see the ridiculous nature of what they've been doing for such a long time frame. So this is a very
There
unique.
were over 300 million.
This is a very unique situation with a whole bunch of guys standing around talking about how much waste that they do. Listen to the stuff that's inside of here.
For example, there were over $300 million of Small Business Administration loans that has been given out to people under the age of 11.
Well, actually, to add to it, it's 300 million under the age of 11 and over 300 million to over the age of 120.
So here's what happens. Eliminate federal fraud. And you're going, wait a second, what are they doing here? And so, it's all the agencies that have been doing this. And so they've been taking out, and this happens more in the Social Security and the Small Business Administration. So what happens is they don't communicate with one another, and then they don't look at a couple forms, and I'm going to show you in a second how I'm going to look at this. But they give out loans, small business loans to fraudulent people with that. Watch a little bit more.
Definitely
small business loans.
Correct.
Yes. The oldest American is 114. So it's safe to say if their age is 115 or above, they're fake. So the youngest recipient of a Small Business Administration loan is a 9-month-old, which is a very, very precocious baby we're talking. And they do terrible things. They actually will see that a kid's been born. They will steal that kid's Social Security number and then take out a loan and leave that kid with a bad credit rating. There was literally a baby. We are stopping.
The reason
Absolutely.
this is happening is because the two systems are not talking to each other.
Yes.
Right. And so,
what two systems is he talking about? Think about that for a second. What system is he talking about? Now, he is saying Social Security and Small Business Association, right? And I go, wait a second. What systems would be able to connect them together? Would it be the quantum financial system that would be a public system for government agencies and private for you and me, that we could actually see through a blockchain everything that they're doing? Think about that for a second as he talks about this.
you don't know at the Small Business Administration that you're giving a loan to a 9-month-old, which happened in one case, because you're not cross-referencing that with the Social Security Administration data that has birth dates. So that very, very simple fix eliminates tremendous fraud. And that there are multiple systems across the government where the systems are not speaking with one another. And if you just solve that simple problem, you would solve a huge amount of fraud.
He's talking about the quantum financial system. And you're not seeing it because you're looking at things and just going, it's not working. I'm so frustrated. It hasn't happened. And then what happens is your hope goes down further and further. You walk into depression and you're not even seeing the cool stuff that's right in front of your face. Look at this one.
I mean, an executive order aimed at dismantling the education department. President Trump announced Friday the responsibility of handling student loans will be shifted over to the Small Business Administration. Speaking from the Oval Office Friday, Trump made the announcement, telling reporters SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler will oversee the distribution of student loans.
Now, Kelly Loeffler, the reason why I'm telling you about student loans and you're going, what does that have to do with anything? Kelly really doing some good stuff. But what she is going to be accomplishing, the DOGE stuff is talking about. She's involved with it just as well. And so when happens is that small business loans are done through Treasury. Do you get the point? SBA loans are done through Treasury, but they're going to be looking at the QFS. Okay, so watch how much it's going to fix the crazy loans to 9-month-olds for SBA or business loans, and yet we have student loans that are going off and doing crazy things too.
And
Also announced Friday, the SBA plans to cut more than 40% of its staff, saying the cuts will save the government $435 million by next fiscal year.
The waste, inefficiency, and mismanagement go much deeper.
Huh. Now this is my response to all this. Oops, sorry, it's kind of taking a while to come up here. But the reality is, I look at this stuff and you go, it's why are they looking at this and they're saying this doesn't make any sense? And my response, looking back to him, is this guy. Like, guys, we have to realize it's stupid to have this much abuse and fraud. And so the Democrats, through all of their, fraud, still going on fraud, are out there pushing people to go to different cities and march against, the closure of DOGE, or excuse me, the closure of USAID, or the closure of the Department of Education. It's their cash cows, right? And my response is, you guys have been doing a crappy job for a very long time. Now, birth certificates have been stolen for generations with us. Now, some people want it to all be refunded back to them. The answer is not going to be. It's a cancellation. I've been talking about cancellation for a very long time. This is back in 2023 when I was talking about this. Watch this. Into the Social Security system. And they stamp each person. So everyone getting the birth certificate has an insurance policy built upon them. That person is taken in the system. You're traded through insurance policies on probably on the NASDAQ. Potentially, you could be traded on different stock markets around the world, but most likely on the NASDAQ, and you're traded on the stock markets. Like, wait a second. I've been talking about this for a very long time, and we've been looking at the situation and saying, no, it's not really what you think it is. It's not happening. And I have people all the time say, Nassar, it's not happening. It's happening in front of your eyes. Okay? Are you going to wake up and see this is going through? Okay? Just be calm. It'll get done. I promise you. Thanks so much.